This video is sponsored by Spoon Productions. Stay tuned to find out more. 2012, an amazing year for gaming. It's also the year that the game Imscared released, a pixelated nightmare by Ivan Zanotti, also known as My Madness Works. This is personally one of my favorite horror games of all time, and while I would say it is my favorite pixelated horror game, that would have to be Mario the Music Box, which I will be making a video about.
Are you sure about that?
As 8-Bit Ryan has recently played this game, I feel like it just kind of disappeared again out of nowhere, so I wanted to shed some light on it again. One of the first things you will see when you open the game up is that it tells you that it's often detected as a virus. I'm sure it's nothing. The game will then tell you that the game will try to deceive you at various points. It also tells you that you're gonna have to think outside of the box at some points. What it fails to mention is the fact that you have to quite literally play outside of the box. That's right, in order to play this game, you will need to go onto your desktop. After that, someone starts apologizing for something and talking about how something wasn't supposed to happen and that they didn't want things to go the way they did. With the mystery still unsolved, you kind of just continue and open the tutorial for the game. After a bit of exploration, you'll find a flower on the ground. Once you pick it up, you'll see just how scary the game is with just a little change in aesthetic. You'll also have the directions say, "Bring the flower to me." Going back, you'll see the painting that once had the controls has now changed, and you'll get this annoying sound. You're then finally brought to the main menu of the game. Upon starting, you find yourself in a room with a door that has exit written on it, and presumably blood. And to open it, you need a heart. I don't need my heart, right? You'll also find a wardrobe that's locked. You'll find a key under a table by the bed that unlocks the wardrobe, revealing what we can only presume is more blood. After opening it and turning around, you'll find that an entire wall that was there before is now gone, leading to a ladder. The ladder leads to the basement, which is a hall with multiple doors on both sides. After some more exploration, you'll find a room that looks and sounds like someone's insides. You find a pulsating heart at the end. Picking it up and going back leads you to a jump scare. This jump scare leads you to a fake blue screen where you have to press escape to close the game. Opening the game back up brings you to a screen that greets you and asks if you know their name. Here you'll notice a new folder on your desktop that contains a text document. At the very bottom it tells you their name is Whiteface. I was too stupid to look at my desktop, so instead I just googled it. Entering the name Whiteface into the box brings you to the card part. And the first thing you'll see is Let's Play Tag written in once again what we can only presume is blood. At this point in the game I actually paused it because I had to go use the bathroom. Turns out you can't pause this game. Even though it shows that the game is paused, it does not pause. I died and I came back to my desktop. The goal of this area is to step on every arrow on the ground and avoid the entity that we now know as Whiteface. You'd think it'd be easy and not all scary, but there's just something that this game does with the sound to just completely throw you off in the matter of seconds. This is done by the chase noise. This signifies that Whiteface is chasing you. How this works is he will spawn in and start, then disappear, rinse repeat. After you step on all the arrows, you'll hear a ding. This means the door is open. Find it and you'll be led to an elevator that takes you outside. Cheap jump scare, find a gate, follow some blood, find a key, unlock the gate, blood writing that foreshadows something later in the game. You know, the usual stuff.
What is this? Was this you, me.exe? What about you, Baldy?
Oh. Well, if it wasn't you and it wasn't you, then there's only one person it could be. It was me. Pretty funny skit, right? No? Okay. But you know what is funny? This video's sponsor, Spoon Productions.
Do you like comedy?
I like Jim Carrey.
Do you like film?
I like Jim Carrey.
If you answered yes to both of these questions, then Spoon Productions is for you. Spoon Productions is a team who make amazing and funny videos. Check out their series like Papa Jank and Drink and Die. Now here's the funny thing. I actually work at Spoon Productions. I'm an actor. I play as the pizza man, who is just trying to get the money that Papa Jank didn't pay for his pizza. You might have known me from it. I mean, that's probably why some of you are here, but I don't know. I just thought I'd sprinkle in that little detail. Let's not forget that they couldn't have done it without one of their 6th grade teachers. The channel started with a 2-minute video about the face of Spoon Productions' Spoon the Spoon. Apparently this spoon, plastic spoon, that this kid found in the cafeteria just comes alive and dances with a teacher. And the best part about it all is that it's on YouTube, so you can watch it both on the go and completely for free. I'm personally excited for Bartholomew's quest, where Papa Jank's best friend, Bartholomew, what we can tell by the trailer, goes on a quest to bring peanut butter back that mysteriously went missing. So if random nonsense piques your interest in comedy, I'd definitely recommend Spoon Productions. Without further ado, let's get right back to the video. After walking down the dark room, you'll end up back in the basement. You'll return to the bedroom, but this time with the heart so you can open the door. This is where the game ends. Or so you thought. Once you press escape, the game will open back up after a bit and you'll be in a cage, surrounded by white faces. Then the game will actually close. Opening the game back up brings you to a new area, a very brightly lit house. So brightly it's almost blinding. Could you imagine living in a house this bright? This whole stage is just a scavenger hunt and a bunch of backtracking, so I'm just gonna skip to the end of it. The final door you'll go through is door 6. Walk a bit more and you'll find that you're back in the bedroom you started in. Going through the door this time leads you to a pitch black room with white arrows on the ground. This will lead you to a chair and Batman. Going up to the chair and Batman and interacting ends the game. Or so you thought! Go get that heart again, because this game isn't even close to over. Instead of entering the name Whiteface, enter the name Her and you'll be brought back to the main menu. Starting the game this time, you will start in the main menu room. There's also this picture that asks you to be quiet, which I highly advise you to do, otherwise you'll be killed by Redface? Yeah, I don't know, these names are just weird as f***. After going through a bunch of doors in what seems like an infinite hallway, you'll be greeted with a naked ghost woman. Come on, ghost lady, put some clothes on, there's kids watching, you idiot. She points at a wall and quickly disappears. Walking through this wall leads to a locked door and a painting of her. Interacting with it shows there was a hidden button behind it. After pressing it, you go the other way down the hall, find a locked door, another cheap jump scare, find the key under the piano, unlock the door, and then we find her, standing on a balcony. Ain't no ghost lady gonna scare me. I know it's 2016, jump scares are gonna be cheap, but like, come on, that was like, actually bad. That was by far the worst jump scare in this whole game. It just reused the blue screen, and while it did change it a little bit, that was just so bad. I'm sure that back then it could throw off anyone or creep them out in some way, but I feel like it really could have been better. Booting back up the game and going where we last saw her, we see a key and a scene that looks like she jumped off the balcony. What even is this game anymore? One person died because of Batman and the other because they thought they were Spider-Man. Go back to the hallway and you'll find that the picture of her is now a blank canvas. Using the key you picked up a bit ago unlocks the door beside you that leads to the basement. After a not too confusing puzzle that totally didn't take me longer than it should have, you'll get a rope and a fake Steam achievement saying "Don't touch me." Yeah, okay, you emo. I mean, who do you think you... You know what? Not a bad idea. All you do for a bit is just follow directions and don't touch her. Before the end of the hall, things go dark for a second and then you have new text saying behind you. The ghost lady is now chasing you and she is fast. You'll eventually get to this carpet where another fake achievement tells you to close the game here. Doing so and booting it back up brings you right back to the room. Going back outside, you'll see that a part of the railing is gone. Here, you tie the rope to the railing and climb down. After getting jump scared by an instruction screen, you're now introduced to the game's file mechanic. In the files, you'll find a map and a file called lock.txt, which will come into play later. Above the map, you'll find a YouTube link, which takes you to a video showing that there is a secret fake wall. After getting trolled by it and finding the real one, you'll find a key and use it to unlock the gate. But for some reason, the gate still won't open. Remember that lock.txt file? Deleting it unlocks the gate, which makes me feel like it shouldn't be as cool as I find it. So my gameplay stopped here. I don't know why, the recording kind of just cut, so I'm gonna use someone else's footage. This section of the game is... I'm not really sure. When my friend played this game, the ghost lady killed him out of nowhere, and yet when me and Ryan played, there was no sign of her at all. We weren't even rushing either, so this section just confuses me. It does have great scares though, like seeing her peeking around the corner and having to walk in what looks like an alternate world, but yet there's still no way to put how I feel about this section into words. I definitely like it, even though it is a bit annoying. What you're supposed to do is interact with these statues that throw you into this dark world and also gets rid of gates, so that way you can get to these mirror shards and put them together so you can look through it and see a sentence. Locate the sentence in this one file to get a code, which you then put into this big gate, and then, thank God, the yard section is complete. I did forget to mention that we did run into her, but only because it was a scripted event. Navigating to the basement once again, you'll wind up in this elevator that takes you to this weird hallway that leads to, you guessed it, more halls making a maze. Also, I cannot explain how much I hate this part of the game. Sure, maybe I have a skill issue, but dear God, I hate this part. My dad literally came into my room worried because of how loud my screams were from all the jump scares. Not only that, but having to wander in the same place over and over again just to keep dying got on my nerves. So I took a break, learned Hey There Delilah on my guitar, then came back and beat it on my first try. What you have to do here is you have to find these record players and destroy them. Now, unlike the car park, you don't have a noise to tell you when you're being chased, because here you're constantly being chased. Also, there's no indicator to tell you how close she is. Even though she's super slow, the way the halls are mapped out keeps you in suspense, because when you see you have to turn a corner, you have no idea if she's there or not. There's also these weird things that pop down from the ceiling. I don't know what they are, so I'm just gonna move on. After destroying the final record player, you'll be treated to arrows that lead you to a key lying on the ground. Picking up the key reveals it to be the Metro key, leading to one of my favorite parts of this game. After a peaceful walk down a long hall, you'll end up in the train station. Here you have to change the time of your computer to the time. Did I just do a real-life glitch? What the f***? Here you have to change the time of your computer to the time of the ticket you want. Change it to midnight to get the right ticket and get on the train. When you do, you'll get this red text saying, you're reaching the end. At the end, you find a picture that says, I hope you reached this sign in a minute. There's a new file on the desktop, but I know it wants to destroy it. I hope it's still there. If not, I'm sorry. Going back and forth, you'll be pressing these buttons, and every time you do, the bed in the middle of the train has a lump that gets bigger and bigger. Also, after the first button, they're sobbing. You okay? Do you need a Kit Kat? After a few presses, the end of the train will disappear. If you go back, the girl in the bed is now gone, and the sign will now say, come and face the truth. Back at the other end, you can walk out of the train, don't try this at home, and you'll see her off in the distance. With a short walk over to her, she crashes your game. Booting the game back up, she admits to being a liar liar pants on fire, and nearby is a sign that reads, so this is a goodbye. If things go as I think, you'll have to shoot with left click. But I have to say, I don't think it will give you bullets. I'm sorry. That's right, in a few moments, we get a gun. Continuing forward, there will be a sign that tells you 6 will do. You then walk into the darkness and end up at a gravesite.
You made me think about life, about appearance. I changed bit by bit. I really don't like what happened to me. You want this nightmare to end? Then kill me in front of my birthplace.
Then she chases you, and because you have no bullets, you die. Go into the game's files and find revolver.ini. I respectfully gave myself the lucky number of bullets, 69, and went right back into the game and destroyed her. Wait, I was white-faced the whole time?! The game finally reaches its real ending. Or so you thought. In the credits, you'll see Ivan Zanotti uses his own name as an entire section of the game. Will I be covering it? Stupid child. No. This is the final part of the game, and I'm stopping here, because I really want you to go check it out for yourself. I know I was pretty vague on the white face part of the game, but that's only because he pours his heart and soul into telling his feelings for you, and then the game just completely forgets about them, telling you nothing else. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. What was that? I heard something, like, fall in the kitchen. I should be home alone, though. Oh my god. Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching. Huge shout out to my friend Moon for voicing her. It was a great time coming back to YouTube and I hope to make more content soon. Good news is that I actually have an upload schedule now. I plan to upload every other month. Hopefully every month after my freshman year. Also, the Fluffy Brick theme is now on Spotify and Pandora. That's all for now.